Yes. Okay.
Connecting.
Okay, we're connected. We're with 4 people. Hello. Hello,
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
everyone.
Welcome to today's edition of the AMA of the Open Web Sandbox. We decided to do something a little bit different this time compared to our other editions because there were there were quite a lot of newcomers lately. Last couple of weeks, we've noticed that a lot of people joined Discord. A lot of people had questions about basic stuff, how Sandbox works. So we decided why not to organize an event where we will be able to cover all of this, where we will be able to give a steady explanation of how things work. And at the end of it, you all will be able to ask your questions. And we also have a couple of questions sent in through the anonymous survey, which we will also cover at the end of the presentation. So let me share my screen and I will share the presentation which I've prepared. Okay. Present. Is that working?
It works for
Guys?
me. I can see it.
Okay, I guess then everyone can see it. So Sophia, I give the word to you. Let's start.
Yes, let's start this going. So there is indeed a lot of new people that entered the space in the last couple of weeks. So we decided that it's important to elaborate once again what are we doing, why we're doing what we're doing, and how we're doing this. So Vasily, are you talking?
I don't hear you. You're getting lost a bit.
Hear
But
me,
sorry, maybe. No, now I do. Now I do. Sorry. Go on. Go on.
Rebecca. So yes, we decided to go once upon again why we're doing what we're doing and how we're doing this. So let's start. The next slide, please. All right, so what is Open Web Sandbox? What is it all about? Basically, we are this inclusive digital community, and again, emphasis on inclusive, whatever skills you have, whatever expertise, wherever region you are coming from, whatever language you speak, we're welcoming you here. So we're collecting crypto enthusiasts, basically also new people in the space from all over the globe, and let people collaborate and also reward them for their getting acquainted with the ecosystem, with the near ecosystem. We are also selling ourselves basically as this space where you can experiment, where you can play, you can earn, and one of the most important things that you can also be rewarded for your effort while you're getting to know the projects, while you're getting to know people in the ecosystem. There is also a way to be rewarded for this. And also we are an important part of the near ecosystem funnel. So we're trying to create this engagement. We're trying to make people acquainted with the near ecosystem. And we also get a lot of support from the near core team most of the time. Next slide, please. So what is it all about again? What is our mission? What is our vision? Why are we doing this? So basically, we try to provide the necessary guidance, but also financial support. So if you have any ideas on which kind of projects you would like to start introducing in the near ecosystem, or you just want to participate in the projects that are already existing in it and are looking for some help, we are there for you to give you the guidance, to connect you with the right people, to give you instructions, and to help in whatever way we can facilitate your pleasant journey in the near ecosystem. And our vision, of course, is to become a hub where all the elements of the ecosystem interacting with each other. It's sometimes very chaotic to talk to people in crypto space. It's sometimes it's difficult to find what you actually need to find. So Sandbox is trying to envision the place where you can come and ask any kind of questions, where you can talk to pretty much anyone and find the right sources, financial, human resources, and whatever you might need, basically, to enjoy your nearverse. Next one. All right, so where are we? There are a lot of questions on which social media we're using, where to find us. Basically, for the time being, it's Open Web Sandbox Discord server. So that's our main place for all the operations. Once you enter in there, you get the welcome screen that tries to navigate you a little bit and how you start your journey, how you talk to people, where you find the opportunities, where you can chat with others, and so forth. And also, we are quite active on Near Governance Forum, so we're posting on the monthly basis the new opportunities there, the new projects that are engaging and outsourcing their opportunities to sandboxers, the term that we're using for people in the sandbox. So yeah, definitely do check that out. There is a lot of information out there, including frequently asked questions, so how to claim your rewards, how to use the DAO, that kind of stuff. And we also have our Twitter account, which is quite active, where you have all the like a lot of updates from other guilds, actually, sandbox updates, events, and things like that. We have our Medium page where we are posting a bi-weekly series about sandboxers. So that's basically, if you're interested in how people are doing in Sandbox so far, you can check our Medium and see some of the stories that people shared with us, how they found Sandbox, what they think of it, what their experience with us was, and stuff like that. And we also have our YouTube channel, basically, where we do post our recordings after AMA. So all the previous ones as of inception, I think, as of June. Like if you want to check out what we've been up to so far, you should definitely go to our YouTube channel. All right, so how do you actually start in the Open Web Sandbox? Those are some easy steps for you to understand that. Basically, the very first thing, and also the most logical one for you to do, because it's paid, you fill in the contributor profile form. So it's your basically first way to earn your NEAR. I don't remember exactly how much it is, but if you fill in the contributor profile form, it is easy for us to find you when the right opportunity is there. And it is an easy way to start your journey with us as well. So the second thing would be to check what's out there, so how and which opportunities you can engage with, or which current projects we have, and you can just research that a little bit on our Discord, on our forum, to find basically something that suits your interest. And after this, if you're still confused, you can always contact one of the moderators. There are a lot of us out there, or you can basically just post your question on the daily chat. We're also quite active there. So if there is any kind of confusion, we strongly encourage you to, just to talk to us, basically.
All right, as of here, I will take over and continue with the presentation. Let's go into concrete terms. A lot of people ask, what can I start doing now? It all sounds nice and merry, right? But you're still confused. We get it. It's a lot. It's not easy. So as Sophia previously mentioned, you can always look at the list of the rolling opportunities. This list is being posted monthly. We usually post on the forum, but we also copy it into our Discord channel. And there you will see an overview of standard tasks that are getting rewarded each month. There are different categories. The three most popular ones are content creation, where you can just create any kind of promotional content or educational content or entertaining content for near ecosystem, like videos, texts, memes, infographics, really whatever it is. You can just start making it on any subject within the Near ecosystem. Then there is a social media promotion, which just speaks for itself. It's an active promotion of the Near protocol on the social media services, and a content translation, where you can just pick a certain document from the official source, an overview of which, by the way, you can find also on our Discord channel server. We have a channel which is called Resources, if I'm not mistaken, and there you can find links to different official documents, which you can actually start translating into your native language. And besides that, another option is current tasks of projects and guilds, which provide us with different things they outsource to Open Web Sandbox. So to see an overview of available opportunities like that, you have to check the Discord server. And we have the two channels called Project Profile and Spotlight, where we post new things on a regular basis. This is something special. So if you're interested, do check and let us know if you'd like to partake in one of those. So how exactly will things work? Let me quickly sketch a perfect OWS adventure for you as a new contributor. First of all, you join the Discord server, which you, I assume, have already done, because otherwise you probably wouldn't be listening to this right now. The second step for it is to fill in the contributor profile form. As Sophia previously mentioned, this allows us to get a better overview of what people are willing to do, can do. We can also link you with most suitable opportunities. It just generally provides us a great overview of who we are as a community. Then the next step for you would be to check the list of rolling opportunities or available projects and pick a task that suits yourself, that fits your demands, fits your skills best. It's really up to you what you're going to do in the Open Web Sandbox. The possibilities are pretty much unlimited. Next is you actually start with working and just doing the thing. And by the end of the month, you submit a reward claim. We'll talk about it in a bit. And then you just get paid in Near, and you can restart the whole cycle once again. All right, now the important question. I know many of you are confused with this subject of how to submit a reward claim. Sophia now will drop a link to the distribution of the rewards guide, which we have written out a couple months ago. It's a really detailed step-by-step guideline that you can use. Also, you can find it on our FAQ channel. It's really detailed. It's pretty clear, but still, if you will have any questions after looking at that, please come to us and ask them. Then usually after you submit a claim, me, Sophia, or Rebecca will review your claim and see if everything is all right, if the amount is accounted as correctly, and we'll let you know that you can submit a request at the Sputnik DAO. And after that, the council will approve that, and you will receive your reward. It's a pretty straightforward process, which can look a bit complicated from the first sight, but once you've been through it for one time, the second time is not going to take you much. You just need to know how things work, and for that, the guidelines serve. Next, quick, small tips and tricks for how to make sure your Kickstart in the OWS is smooth. So first of all, if you decided to create any kind of content, I suggest you check the content quality control guidelines. Those have been issued last week, and this is the first attempt of the Open Web Sandbox to actually have some sort of clearance in what exactly is expected from people. This guide will also allow you to better understand if you're actually doing a good job or if you're on the right way and if you actually understand the task correctly. There are a couple of do's and don'ts which are applicable to different content categories. So make sure check that out. It's really useful. Then another tip, or I would say more of favor we as moderators would like to ask you is please limit your reward claims to one per month. It's just makes the work easier for us and also does not overflow the Sputnik DAO with different rewards like this. That's all kept. You can obviously submit a reward for multiple contributions a month, but just keep them packed to once a month. That makes it much easier for us. Another tip, use your creativity. Just you can really do anything here. If you ever think of something that according to you can be valuable to the Near protocol, but it's not among the list of rolling opportunities, it's not listed there, or it's just haven't been done before, you can always contact one of the moderators and ask our opinion on that. So really, you can do anything here. Just let us know. Another tip I would like to give is ask questions. Things are not easy. It's a very vivid community. Things are changing every day, and just reach out to people, ask questions, and also give us feedback. We really appreciate your opinion. We value it, and it allows us to make our performance better as well. So don't hesitate and fill in. Either drop your feedback in a daily chat or just again reach out to one of the moderators. But besides that, we also have a contributor feedback form which you can fill in once a month and get rewarded for that as well. So definitely take a look at the feedback channel at the Discord server of ours. Then, for some reason the picture is not showing. That's a bit weird. Anyhow, I would like to just drop quickly a couple of words about the creators of the blockchain reward program. It's a program that's managed by our moderator, Sam, who I don't know if he's here. Maybe he's here. If he is, Sam, hi. It's a reward program which allows contributors to receive different bonus points for different kinds of participations. And then in total, those rewards points will make you eligible for NFTs, which Sam is creating. To know more details about this program, you should check out the Creators of the Blockchain Discord channel on our server. There you will see an overview of all possible contributions that can lead to being rewarded with the bonus points. And generally, you will see more details right there. Then another team. God, why isn't it showing the... Wait, let me... Is that visible still?
Yeah, here you see everything.
Let me... Can't I do just this? This, because it's sad if you can't see our team. That's like a very important slide. So your contacts, the people you can reach out to if you have any questions or if you have any issues. First of all, Sophia, who is a aluminum foil on Discord. She's an OWS co-lead. So as Rebecca, who is MaxBex on Discord. I especially linked the Discord nicknames so that you guys could... I will post a PowerPoint on the Discord later as well, so that if you want to reach out to someone of us, you can always find our nicknames here as well. Then there's me. My name is Vasilia. I'm a marketing responsible here. Then there is Anastasia, who is a project manager. She's mainly working with projects and guilds. So if you'd like to start with the different projects, you should reach out to her. Then there is Sam, who is a general moderator. And as I already mentioned, he is in charge of the Creators of the Blockchain program. And Orward as well, who is also a moderator of the Open Web Sandbox. So here we are, your touch points. So I think we are at the end of the presentation. And now it's time to see if there are any questions. How was that? Let me go back. All right. We're done with the presentation.
Okay. I mean, I think that was amazing. Thank you to both of you for preparing that. It's good to get like a refresher every so often because there's always lots going on, or we try to have a fair amount going on so people have options, but then sometimes the options get like a little overwhelming and you forget a bit about the context.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah. So that's also the reason why we decided to to just create a little overview of everything what's happening, of everything that should be happening, so that it would be more clear to people who are entirely new and who have no context, no background whatsoever. So there it is. I suggest we go to the questions. If not, let me quickly see the chat if there's any questions, except for comments on my pronunciation of certain words. Oh, wait. There's... Okay. Okay, I don't see any questions directly in the chat. So let me check the ones we received in the anonymous survey. So we received a couple of questions about the profits of Sandbox and the way, also tokens, stuff like what kind of... Wait, where was this question again? Stuff like people willing to buy Open Web Sandbox tokens, or questions about revenue model. Guys, this is a clear-cut question. Open Web Sandbox is a non-profit organization. We are not bringing any profit in a monetary... Like, we do not bring monetary value to the Near protocol in the direct sense of it. What we do is we solidify the engagements within the community and make sure there are more of those. Like, we connect people within the community. We provide a infrastructure for those collaborations, but Open Web Sandbox does not plan to bring any real revenue for now, at least. That's not the plan. That's not what we're doing. We're bringing people together. We're ensuring, we're facilitating collaborations. But that's pretty much it for now. Maybe later on, who knows, we'll switch up to making money, but not for now yet.
Yeah, I like this confidence that we could do that also, that somehow we're this revenue generating machine. Oh, we are not there, even if we wanted to be. But yes, well answered, Vasilia.
I see there is a question about memes, which was also asked in the chat and also in the survey. I see that. So basically, yeah, the question goes about why is there so many memes made up by contributors, and what's the relevant value, and yeah, so about the memes, first of all, we agree there are a lot of memes out there, but we believe it's it's 2021, guys. It's a piece of modern culture. It's what people look at. It's what people interested in. I understand there's been a lot of them. There's been a lot of good of them, a lot of not so good of them. What we're trying to do so far is we're trying to limit the amount of those memes produced. So as far as you know, as of this month, it's only 30 memes per person. And there are a couple of strict guidelines, strict requirements, I would say, to the production of those memes. So normally the situation should only improve in the future, but I would not eliminate memes as such in total. It's a popular thing, and again, that's 2021. We're all young people. What else are you gonna like? Well, why not?
Yeah, I was just
Legit.
about to maybe add on this regarding the memes. So basically, indeed, as Vasilia just mentioned, we do have the more clear guidelines from this month on. Actually, they're effective immediately, so people would have a better understanding of what Sandbox requires memes to be, at least in the basic sense. But also, we will be collaborating more with the Swine Guild, who are actually specializing in memes production, so that would make it easier as well. And then at the end of the day, what we're trying to do here, at least in those first month of Sandbox being quite active in the community, it's still all being experimental, right? Like, we want people to be interested, we want people to be engaging in things, and even if those are not of the best quality just yet, we still appreciate the effort. It's still something for the community. Maybe it's not to the liking of every single person, but it's something which is better than nothing, I would say. But again, the standards are going to increase from now on, so we will be spending more time on quality control, which will also allow actually people to learn and understand better what the ecosystem needs. So yeah, that'll.
Yeah, there is also a question in the chat on that subject. Why sudden quality control guidelines? Well, because there were so many. That's the reason why, there are so many people involved all of a sudden. And we as moderators want to make sure that Sandbox as a community provides as much value as possible to the Near protocol ecosystem. And we just want to make sure we do a good job, all of us here, and bring in real value. So that's the need, because we're growing, there are more people doing things, and it has to be regulated somehow. It's just, I don't know, I think it's a natural stage of the development, to be honest. And when it will become...
Yeah.
It's effective immediately. It's already like as of the moment it was posted, those quality controls are in power. So
as of August, which is a direct response to the just astronomical activity we saw in July when it came to memes. We can only plan and account for so much. A lot of what is posted in terms of rewards and opportunities for you and for Sandboxers it also has to be in response to what we're getting from the sandbox, because we can only create guidelines, we can try and find opportunities, we can source potential for rewards for everyone up until a certain point. Before then, we need to hear from you about what's of interest, what you're looking to do. And then sometimes it ends up needing to be a little recalibrated, because if everyone's just posting, like at one point we had one rewards claim for July that, no joke, it was like 80 memes in one claim for one person. And that didn't feel fair.
Because 280.
Sorry, yes, my bad. 180. That was
200, Rebecca.
200 even. See, okay, Vasilia was the one going through those. So props to her for that. At one point, it's actually really hard to go through and assess and decide, obviously after the fact, after the work has been done, what should be the attributed value and therefore reward for that kind of work. So we're trying to be proactive. We're trying to tell folks, okay, this is more of what is within our realm to be able to handle. This is more of what we think is valuable to the wider community. So please adjust your work expectations accordingly, because that was That was a lot. That was a lot to go through. And that was a lot of work that someone did, which is great. But there's lots of other meme opportunities throughout the ecosystem, like the Swine Guild contest that happens. There's also like Meme Monday that Swine Guild does. So check out their channel as well. It's Swine Guild. It has a little pig on it in the Sandbox Discord. If you're like really focused on being a meme smith, or you like that's your area and you just want to focus all your time on that, that's another set of opportunities for you. But I think there was a question that I don't, because the chat is moving apace. Thank you for that, everyone.
Yeah,
Please.
I'm still top of there's a question from Bernard, which is pretty relevant about the date of the submission of the claim. Actually, the date is free. You can submit your general rule is that you can start submitting your claims as of the 15th of the month till the end. Currently, we have not, for this month, we have not yet started to review the claims because I already have a couple of submissions. I did not start reviewing those yet because we're waiting for the funds to arrive to our DAO account. But that's supposed to happen in the nearest couple of days. So you can already submit your reward claims. It's just that it's going to take some time for us to proceed because we're also waiting for things.
Here's
okay,
another
question
that's a bit further back. I wanted to capture this before it got lost in some of the other chats we're having. So who wants to take this one?
The category
it's on
for
the
graphic
screen.
design.
Yeah, graphic design.
Yeah, I see. Category for graphic design. How could what kind of? So
you want to go about
the
it?
category.
Yeah.
Can you see it, Sonia?
Yeah, I can. If you want to.
No, go on.
I everybody does. Like it's on the screen, right? Or is it only for us? Not sure. Not sure. Yes, but well, basically the rule that we have about the graphic designs is that it's quite a creative affair, I would say. So whatever comes to your mind, basically we will try to facilitate it, like to support you with this. The only thing is that it's also mentioned in the guidelines. If you have any ideas about the graphic design, exactly because of the reason that it's so creative and so embracing, and you can go in so many directions about that, please do talk to us before you start doing something. That's the only guideline I would say that there is, and then based on that we will see whether there is something that actually needs to be done. Maybe there is something from the sandbox that needs to be created. Maybe we have some requests from the projects that we can like help you to do something about it. So yeah, basically just talk to us, inquire whether there is something that's maybe waiting for you exactly to come and do things. And afterwards, we will also try to, as soon as possible, to agree on the reward for this, on the appropriate timing, if there are deadlines. So that's more of ad hoc decision making here.
Awesome. Here's another question. I'm just sourcing this from the chat. I'll get to the Q&A tab as well soon, but here it is up on the screen. So talking about meme creation, the difference between brainstorming and design.
I haven't really seen anyone doing but technically our idea is that some people might be not tech savvy and like they have a certain idea for the meme, but they don't know exactly how to make it. But honestly, I haven't really seen anyone coming to us with that, like, some idea of a set of memes or something. Mainly people just do them. So I think we just really underestimated you guys in terms of that, and you're perfectly capable of creating memes. So I think that can be ignored for the time being. I hope that's clear, the distinction between those.
It doesn't have to be ignored, but basically like if you're not like if you don't know how to go about this and you are looking for like you have this cool idea, like you've seen a project and you got those ideas in your hand on how that can be translated in memes, but you don't know exactly how to create one, or maybe you don't have like all the all the resources or all it set up just yet, you can also drop a message like in the daily chat and like, hey guys, like I have an idea about the memes, maybe somebody can help create me them. So that's basically the idea, and then reward it for the idea, so the brainstorm part of it rather than creating. But again, we didn't see that happening just yet, I think. But if you are up for this also, I mean, that's an opportunity too.
Yeah, everyone just kind of goes for it, which is also really awesome. So yes, thank you. That's a solid question because we haven't seen that just yet. But then this one, another question sourcing here about the rewards for the Silicon Craftsman contest. When will those be distributed?
Well, once we receive the funds on the Sputnik DAO. That's what we're all waiting for. It's going to happen in the nearest couple of days, I think. Once we start with the reviewing of the claims of this month, the Silicon Craftsman is going to be one of them.
Yep.
So I hope that answers your question. I cannot give any exact date, but in the nearest week, 2 weeks for sure.
In the nearest couple, in the nearest days.
I thought of it as well, Rebecca.
Nice. I want to address this question. Yeah. Oh, good. Thank you for putting it up on the screen. Yes, it is validated. You're looking at the people who read through your claims. It is a time. Sometimes it's delightful. Sometimes, there's some things you have to go through in order to make it a conversation to address that the claim really is as accurate as it should be based on our rolling rewards or the project opportunities. But it's being validated. That's what moderators do. We go through and we click all the links. So don't worry about that. And
there's a question from the same person about our timetables. Well, the thing is, both me and Sophia are in Europe, and Rebecca is in North America. So we have a bit of a time difference, and we're not always available at Discord because we're also people, as far as you can. We take. What?
Unfortunately, we sleep as well. So.
Unfortunately, yes, we do require sleep. Yes.
Please take a time difference into account, and also the fact that we're doing other stuff, backstage processes of the Open Web Sandbox, and we're not always available. Yes, Shreyas, we sleep. I'm sorry.
I know.
We're
weak. We're weak. We sleep. If you've been having difficulty catching us, please just message again. Please be patient and understand that in addition to sleep, we're constantly working on ways to make the Sandbox experience better. And so sometimes our minds are elsewhere. So we try and respond to private messages as quickly as we can, as well as general messages that appear in all of the different Discord channels.
Also, a quick tip: if you have difficulties. If you have difficulties reaching out to one of us, and if your question is pretty general, you can always drop it in the general chat, and then maybe one of the fellow sandboxers will notice it and will be able to help you faster than we do. I mean, we're doing our best, really. I personally try to respond to the messages as often as I can. It's just, it is what it is. We're doing our best. Then there's a question about.
Are you just consistently ignoring me, Vasilia, or what?
No, I don't think she's hearing you. This is the problem with sharing internet. Oh.
But no, that was actually, I'm just gonna quickly say that there are a lot of sandboxers that are as experienced as we are, and they know a lot of things, how they're happening. So it's always a good idea to just to say something in the daily chat, because there are people that might help you faster than we, especially if we happen to sleep at that point of your demand to us. So do not hesitate to this is what we have daily chat for. So
yeah, cool. Next question about content writing on which platforms? Yes, Medium. Yes, blogs. I don't think we're platform agnostic. So long as it's out there, it's getting eyeballs, it's content that you feel passionate about, that was explained well. We also, of course, like things that are shared on Twitter and tag the Open Web Sandbox account for added visibility for the work that you're doing, in addition to the work that the Sandbox is doing as well, that you're a part of. So I don't think we have a huge preference for platforms, unless there's certain sites that maybe folks shouldn't be posting things on for, I don't know, appropriate content, appropriate reasons. I don't have any specific examples for that, though. It's use your discretion, use your knowledge of what platforms work well or work for you. That's a good one.
There are no specific criteria we came up with. Again, it depends on the project demands. So check out certain, check out the project opportunities. If someone is in need of a graphic design, we could link you to, like text us and we could link you with someone. But actually, I mean, there are no specific criteria. It's all depends on what the project or the guild demanding. So, you know, it's really case by case thing. Okay, next question.
Vasilia, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing on top of that, I think it's also like in a lot of times back to the question that I'm thinking about this now. The graphic designs, it's a lot of times guilds that are organizing events or are asking for some kind of help. For instance, we're having this party with Metapool tomorrow actually, and the leader of Hispano Guild, Claudio, he was looking for people to help with creating banners, which like Open Web Sandbox moderators helped him to. In a lot of situations, those are guilds that need some help with graphic designs, logos, like organizing events and stuff like this. So again, back to my previous thing, you can always inquire, like if you were up to doing something, you can always ask people like in the daily chat, like, hey, like, does somebody need help, or can I, like, you know, can I help someone? That's also good practice.
Mm-hmm. Then there's a question about carrying the work done in August mid to September and submit the same during the month. I mean, sure, we do not reward people for work that's done too far back. Like, for example, people who come up with us with their tweeters that they have been, you know, taken care of for years. This is not something the Sandbox is paying for. But if it's a continuous work, a logical continuation of the same project from one month to another, sure, we will. If it hasn't been rewarded during previous months, we'll definitely reward it in September. Don't worry about that.
Here's another question from the Q&A tab.
Mm-hmm.
I think this needs a bit more context, perhaps. So when you say, like, because we technically should by this point have rewarded everyone for all of their all of the claims they would have filed before the guidelines were in effect, and the guidelines were in effect as of August 1st. So if you still have rewards that or like work you did before August 1st that hasn't been addressed, or you didn't post the claim for it, or for whatever reason it was missed, then that needs to be indicated in your claim for your rewards for this month, for August. And we'll look at that then. And if you have a more specific case that requires further elaboration, please ping one of us so we can look into it in more depth.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a question here about series. Oh, okay. So this is a good one, because we were talking about the difference in reward types or eligibility between acts and series. So who wants to take this one?
I think I can say a couple of words about this one. So series refer again to this to the series of different acts, and usually this is to boost engagement, basically. So if you are creating, like if you created one document, for instance, or you wrote a blog and you posted it, that would be an act, right? Like that's a single time opportunity. You've done this, you can claim your reward for this, of course, but that's what we consider to be an act. It's a single time activity. What we try to encourage people to do more is a series of those acts, right? So if you, for instance, wrote that blog and you didn't just drop it out there, but you on the next day created an I don't know, an overview about this topic, or you went out there and you decided like to chat with people like on YouTube and to live stream this, like about this blog post of yours, this is becoming a series. So this is write-up that you've done, and then you're doing some extra work on top of that, and you will be rewarded also more for this, because it's more engaging, it's more time that you're spending on this, and it's also like elaborating more on the things that you're working on. So that's the distinction that we have with series and acts. I don't know if somebody has to add something on this.
No. We also have a question in chat and among the anonymous ones in the survey about how can you become an Open Web Sandbox moderator. So basically, yeah, just be an active member of the community. And for now, at this exact moment, we're not hiring anyone. But once we will need someone, we will be definitely choosing among the most active members of the community. So make sure you know what's happening. Make sure you're there. And yeah. Just once we have a position open, we'll definitely let you know. Keep an eye on our Discord server. We will post it there. Okay, the questions are running. Whoa, that was a good idea.
Yeah. So just to address something that was kind of brought up in a side and responding to there about the upcoming Medbattle or Metabuild hackathon that Near is running. So I just posted the link. I'm going to show it on stage so it's clear here in the recording too. This is how you can find out more. It's actually technically that's the rerouted link. So it's near.org/Medbattle. Or this link will take you to the same spot. That's where the landing page is. If you're interested in registering to be part of the hackathon, if you have a team, if you're looking for a team, you want to participate in any of the open challenges, that is where you can go to be a part of that. And more information is there. We're also looking to have as part of the next Sandbox AMA, so exactly 1 week from today, which would be 2 days before the hackathon kicks off. So the AMA on the 25th, hackathon starts on the 27th. We're hoping to have some of the colleagues of mine on the Near side of things stop in to be able to answer questions about the hackathon specifically. So pop by again next week and we'll have a concentrated opportunity for you to find out more if you're interested. And other questions? Yeah, sweet.
Do we have rewards for promoting other content? We don't have a reward for promoting content as such. We do have a reward for active account on Twitter, Medium, or Telegram, or TikTok, I think is included as well, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But so what we have is we have a reward for active accounts. If someone is posting every day, that's being rewarded, I think 40 Near per month per account. Make sure to check the list of rolling opportunities. It's mentioned there, all details and everything. So yeah. The answer is yes.
Yeah. This is another one here too, just kind of addressing like how maybe we could otherwise be introducing folks to the Sandbox. Because everything is based on this task reward system, I would maybe see that because we like kind of need to register involvement and engagement based on tasks completed, and as a way for folks to understand more about the ecosystem generally, and then also what's possible within the Sandbox for you to play with and then to earn. Any sort of like airdrops in order to get folks started isn't really within the capacity of the Sandbox to facilitate right now. Everything is based on having accomplished a task in whatever form and then getting rewarded for it. So if there was something needed more here in order to get you started and just a way to like experience the wider community, and you needed a bit of Near to get you going in order to do that, I think there's like potentially other airdrops or opportunities that are offered through other guilds. We're not too sure that at this point, well, definitely not at this point, but maybe not even in the short to medium future of the Sandbox, that this is something that we'd be able to facilitate in this way. But if you have more ideas of like what the kind of campaign could be, like the sort of project, if this is an initiative that you've given some thought to and you would like to see posted as a project in the Sandbox and something that gets funding and gets rallied around, please message us, because that could be really interesting, depending on what your vision is or what direction you'd like to go in with it.
And also, I would like to add that there would be a technical difficulty. It would be very time consuming for us to reach out to every newcomer who filled in the contributor profile form and reach out to them personally, asking for their Near wallet. And also, it's not really a decentralized way of doing things. It's not one of the values of Sandbox. We're trying to do everything openly. So I think the way the reward claims are set up for now is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, other questions?
I think there's a lot coming up about the current NFT rewards program we've set up. That Sam, the moderator Sam, has been running. So I think just looking at here, does it have, like, does the NFT offer any kind of like ranking amongst sandboxers? There we go. Perfect. Thank you. And talking about rewards for attending sessions, and like, I guess the ultimate value of this NFT program is just like another way to get folks involved, to drive engagement. It's more of a reputation building NFT, not necessarily that then, I mean, there is a slight ranking component that's just more to the competition side to drive things, because Sam's going to be building like this leaderboard so we can see, you know, how many NFTs have been received by whom and what have they been doing, like how many AMAs have they attended and other aspects of engagement that they've been driving through the program. So it's like yes, but also no, because it's not meant to be exclusionary, or like if you have a particular rank, that means you get this. It's the reward is the NFT, because Sam creates lovely NFTs, and they're lovely to have and to own.
I think actually to maybe like a slight update on this front as well, that the mentorship program that eventually might be part of our Catalyst solution. So it is all true. It is all the NFT reward that you get, but we do not exclude the opportunity and the chance that the ones who do have those NFTs will have some sort of higher ranking eventually, if you will be willing to work with other people. For instance, if you would want to become a mentor for somebody else, we would probably look at your attendance, and those NFTs would be a good proof of you like being engaged with Sandbox. And if at some point you would want to become a Sandbox moderator, or to be engaged with some project that you really like, but there are multiple people applying for this, your NFTs is a good way to showcase your engagement, your participation. So I would say keep them close.
Yeah, hold on to them. Don't try and offload them. Keep them. Because, yeah, they're pretty, but also they might come into play later. That's a fair point. I did forget that part.
Another question about the active accounts. Again, the active account is, again, if you check the rolling opportunities, it's all written out there. What we mean by active account is at least 2 to 3 times a week posts. So you need to do it on a regular basis. Like, we actually need to see that you're engaged for at least a monthly period. That you're really working on it, you know, that something's happening on that account. Not, that's basically it. And the amount of posts is how we're judging the activity on the account. Also, there are one-time rewards for a certain amount of followers reached, like 200, but this is something that does not work in retroactive either. Like, if you're coming to us with an account of already 2,000 people, we're not going to reward it. If you're starting Sandboxer, and if we're seeing that your audience grows with each month, then we will reward that as well.
Yeah, there's something to be said for like resharing and helping give visibility to content that other people have been posting on Twitter. But then also, I mean, at the end of the day, seeing original content kind of trumps that no matter what. Like, if you're creating your own infographics, you're creating your own memes, you're doing your own work yourself, like, you'll get rewarded for that. The more you do it, memes up until a point, graphic design with consultation with us ahead of time. But it's really how the rewards are designed is the more effort you put in, the more you're rewarded. And same with any sort of account management, because if you're just resharing other accounts, that's not necessarily going to drive increased followers. So you wouldn't get the one-time bonus for having reached the certain thresholds for followers. So it's like, yeah, you know, the more effort you put in, the more we want to reward you. So something to happen there. This one is kind of related to what we were talking about on Twitter. Oh, thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Did I show that by accident? I'm looking at the octopus one. Here we go. This one. I'm not sure if I fully understand the question personally. Does someone else?
So how to claim which is not a part of the open web sandbox, like Octopus reward for Twitter activities, do we need to include in the same claim one per month? As far as I understand the question, you're asking whether you can claim your reward for being active with Octopus rewards. Is that the question?
Because I think we're referring to, that's the Octopus Guild, right? Which is representative of the Octopus network And I don't think we have a collaboration with them specifically on any project.
So.
I think we have a project running, which was promotion for their party or something. Let me double check that, but I think they submitted something.
We try
maybe
and do a lot of things, folks.
The
Oh,
party
for the
promotion.
party. Okay, yeah. All right. So that's a specific project.
Mhm.
So the project reward claims. Okay, yes. Now I understand. Now I'm with it. So yes, hold on, folks. Remind me, for the project reward claims, that was mixed in with the task reward claims, or we were trying to keep that separate?
Yeah, it is all mixed in. It's all
together. So yes, one claim then is your answer. And that was good clarification for me too. So thank you for asking that.
Also a good question from the anonymous ones, which I think, wait, I'm going to post it in the chat and then show it on stage. I think, Sophia, you could maybe tackle this one.
Yeah, sure. So a very relevant one as well, and that's been discussed also between me and Rebecca recently, and with the near core as well. So did you see that there is a request? So 4,000 near that we're getting on the monthly basis. Where is it coming from? What's happening with this? So basically, that was a default amount that we started to get as of inception of Sandbox, basically, and that was to be a starting point, right? So I mean, for now, we do have some activity happening, but we exceeded those 4,000 in last month, which shows that there is a lot of interest happening in Sandbox. And this is not fixed. So basically, the more we will be growing, the more people will be coming, the more projects. And this is also our aspiration. We want more projects. We want more people. We want more collaboration. The more we will have, the funds will also be raising. Most likely, I mean, it's a logical step from there on. So you don't have to like the first one to claim your reward if you're like scared that it's going to be over before you claim yours at the end of the month. We don't have to worry about this. This is tackled, and as much as we will be needing, it will be there. So you don't have to worry about this. Actually, yeah.
There's no need to start a Hunger Games for Sandbox rewards. We're trying to be, again, it's the thing I mentioned earlier of, okay, we set like a standard or a baseline, and then based on activity from the Sandbox itself, we have to adjust accordingly. So there's been a lot of increased activity, which is awesome. So then that means that how the Sandbox approaches its own budget with from the Community Squad DAO and therefore the Community Fund is something that is actively under discussion and is being assessed so that it's something that's transparent. It's an open process. It's one that also accurately reflects the needs of the Sandbox. Because, as Sophia mentioned, 4,000 was just kind of like, okay, maybe this will work. We'll adjust as needed. And so now we're in a adjust as needed period. And it's not tied to the value of the near token itself. This is something that as we've set these rewards, we've tried to keep it, we're kind of like almost treating it like a stable coin, because trying to match the fluctuations in the market is not viable. It's not sustainable for anyone. So we're not setting up this reward structure so people are making their living off of working in the Sandbox. It is meant to be a more open, playful environment, and so that does mean that we kind of treat it as like it's one-to-one. We're not fluctuating in value, so as to make things simple, clear, but then also you can have like a guaranteed amount unless we need to change the rewards for any other reason about like value, or there's not any interest in this particular reward opportunity anymore, so it might come off the rolling list. Or we've added new opportunities like Telegram management and I almost said Talkify, that's the wrong brand, TikTok management for the social media channel section of the rolling rewards. That was new because we didn't know that people were doing that until they said, hey, we'd like to. And so that gets added or subtracted depending on what the interest and the needs are of the Sandbox. But the values will remain pretty clear and pretty solid. So hopefully that's not a concern folks have on that score.
There's also another question which can be linked to this one. Somebody asked anonymously if we're planning to limit the amount of members on the Open Web Sandbox and how many participants we actually look for onboarding. There is no limit to that, to be fair. Like, we're willing, it's a very inclusive community. Whoever thinks they have a whoever wants to join can join. Honestly, it's we don't have a limit to the participants. Everyone is welcome. I mean, we're trying actually to enlarge the amount of find their place in the near ecosystem. That's the whole point. So yeah, let's build this community together. Everyone's welcome. Okay, other questions? Another question.
Yeah, okay. Going back to the reward. Fair. It's a concern. I get it. I'm not someone who's involved in token economics much as a rule, or who follows too much the value of the near token on the market, mainly because it's dizzying. It seems to be on a general upward trend now, so that's kind of to everyone's benefit. But at the end of the day, I got to say it's part of the small risk we all take in being a part of this world, is that it is inflationary, it is volatile. And so trying to match each peak and valley is not something that is within our capabilities. Like we're not crypto economists. That's not what we're about. And so if there are other ways in which people think that the value should be changed, and there's like a solid reasoning, like I'd love to see a full pitch. I'd love to see a full proposal for ways in which you think it would be better in order to build out how the reward structure works, and how it could work, if it's for the better and if it's for the improvement, and to the satisfaction of it. Well, not everyone can always be satisfied, but let's say to the satisfaction of the majority. That's a really fascinating conversation to have. And if you are willing to lead that, let us know, because it's one thing to say, oh, this should happen. But at the end of the day, if there's nothing to substantiate that's something that we could work with in a more forward direction, then unfortunately we won't be able to respond to you in a more adequate fashion than that. And Orvard, co-counsel, just general council member for the Open Web Sandbox, and longtime contributor, longtime listener, is saying also that, when NEAR was at its all-time low, we stuck to the same NEAR amount. So that's true too. So we're here for the highs and the lows. Otherwise, we can't be trusted on to give you the rewards that exist and that you would be interested in having on a regular basis. So, yeah.
Okay, ladies, I think we're at the end of an hour. Let me see quick questions. Regarding project in Cyberpunk, what are the...
Yeah, no, I'm saying that there is a question about the Instagram, which is a bit pressing, whether it's approved in social media in-force. Instagram is not on the list just yet, because we do not have an account of Open Web Sandbox. We do not have yet the strategy on how we're going to be doing this. This will probably come, but a bit later. For now, we are not rewarding efforts on Instagram just yet.
Also, someone is asking about the contributor who I had a conversation with. Wait, is that going to be the right one? Yeah, about the repository for all NEAR documentation. So far we have a channel on our Discord server, which is called
Resources.
Yeah, where you can find all the necessary information about NEAR. And we're always looking to elaborate on that, to broaden our resources. And if you find an interesting, necessary link, you can always let us know and we will add it in there.
I have an update about this, actually. So if folks have been following conversations on the forum that Ilya first started under, the forum title is Establishing a NEAR Wiki. There is now a new guild. They're called which is always awesome, they're called the Nearverse Portal or Wiki Guild. And so they're the ones who are going to be the main stewards and maintainers and builders of NEAR specific introductory and general learning content that will go on the NEAR Wiki. The NEAR Wiki is actually live. It's something that we should definitely have posted and included in the resources section of our Discord as well. Things were this has all happened within like the past week and a half. It just kind of like really accelerated thanks to some key community leaders who really wanted to push these efforts forward. And it's really to everyone's benefit. So it's in the progress, it's in process of being fully built out, but there is a really, actually, I would say a really robust skeleton in the wiki already. So if you wanted to take advantage of that, I'll work on getting that link in there and then pinned for everyone to refer to. And then if you're also interested in participating in the creation and the building of this wiki content, just look up Nearverse Portal Guild or wiki on the forum, and they have a Telegram group. Folks are welcome to stop by and discuss what they'd like to contribute to the wiki, and away you can go. So yeah, it's moving fast, but this was a gap kind of in the broader ecosystem that was acknowledged as something that needed to happen quickly, finding like a proper repository of some kind for just information and to better guide everyone's informational journey through the ecosystem, because there's a lot of things in progress and it was maybe a bit confusing. It wasn't especially clear as if you're interested in this, that, and the next, where you should go, what you can do. And so, yeah, that's something that's being worked on. And yes, we also want more projects flowing into the Open Web Sandbox. So if you know anyone, if you are a project creator yourself, we're working on getting posted. A little while ago, we had a call out about like a pitch template, so that anyone who has a project would have these resources and these templates to be able to refer to in order to build out their project pitch, a budget, a roadmap, all of like kind of the key essentials in order for you to convey properly and clearly to anyone you're speaking to what it is you're trying to accomplish through your project, and then how people can help you or what kind of contributors you're looking for. So those templates should be up soon. So if anyone on this listening right now has a project that they've been sitting on and they're like, I don't know what to do with this, hopefully this will help you get it off the ground and then allow you to speak to other people in order to get involvement to make it all happen.
All right, we are at the end of our AMA hour. So I would say if you guys still have any other questions, you can always drop them on Discord, on the general chat, or either ping one of us in direct messages. But it was an absolute delight having you all here. I'm really glad that there was so much engagement from the community this time and that so many people asked questions. I mean, you're always welcome. I know it's not a straightforward thing, especially when you're new, but you're always welcome. Please feel free to ask things, to suggest things, to give us feedback. It's something we love seeing. So yeah, thank you very much for the engagement, everyone. The recording of this session will be posted on Discord in a couple of hours on our YouTube, and then I'll link it to the Discord as well as the presentation we were showing earlier today. Thank you.
Thank you all. Talk soon.
Thank you, guys.